Cable Access, Channel 62 presents
Hot or Not.
Hello. I love that. That was fantastic. You have to let the song play out more. It's raining.
I didn't realize I put it's the wrong video.
Oh, it's the wrong video. Well, it's still a great
the right idea. It was the right idea, wrong video. It was the shorter version. That was
Heart's in
supposed
the
to be
right place. That attitude, hot. And welcome to Hot or Not with John from Scranton. Good evening, buddy.
My love, how are you? It's nice to be here with you to finally blow off some steam with my buddy Tom, which we were going over before what to call you. Pretty soon, everybody here will be calling you Dad. That's all I know.
Daddy. Which Daddy to Zaddy. You
Zaddy. I have the best Jeff Goldblum clip talking about Zaddies.
So when we come into this show every Sunday, we want you to enjoy the show with us and drink up, because really it's been a long week. It's going to be a long week, and you might as well kick back for 30 minutes and drink some wine and just be as catty as fuck. Just be.
We want to be catty, and we want to be catty, and what better day to be catty on than the last day of the week to drink away those pains, and then the first day of the next week to be drunk for work.
This show's going to be like the male version of Hoda and Kathy Lee. That's what we are.
God, we can just be the female version of Hoda and Kathy Lee too.
We can too.
Yeah, because
I've never cross-dressed before, but hey, open to new things.
Welcome to the network, buddy. We're open bottles of wine first on this show. Know why? Because I thought of that just before.
And it's a great idea, and I think we are going to do it every week. The problem is that I actually don't have a wine bottle opener.
Tough, Tom.
It is tough. It's tough.
It's so tough. I'm gonna open mine, and you're gonna have
a bottle of Cab, vintage.
Mine is the finest cab I can get at the gas station down the street that gives us it for Christmas, which is very nice. But it's a good one.
I think this is like a special bottle because there's only 672 of them made. So it's like,
oh no, this isn't from the gas station.
That's not from a gas station. Gas station feels like it would be like $15. This seems like this guy that actually is a radio.
This is a 2013, which I would say was a treacherous year for me. So I'm going to say this wine's going to be treacherous and good.
So we'll go through the week as the weeks go by, and then as we get new bottles, we'll let you know what we're drinking. But since I can't drink the wine tonight, John, instead, what I have here is actually a fifth of New Amsterdam. I'm going to take a shot of with you when you're ready, and that will cheers off the Sunday, the new show here on the Men of Fan.
Tell how much wine is in a cup. Like this is why they use these kind of cups at church, huh? All right.
We also don't have. So this is also kind of trashy too. Neither of us have wine glasses.
Yeah.
So
listen,
we're
bitch,
going to be drinking a lot of
candy.
wine with no wine glasses. So that's pretty good, though. I think that's good.
That's what I'll like.
So, cheers. Happy Sunday.
Cheers.
Cheers to everybody.
Dink.
And back.
I'm going to use two hands for my sip because I fucking want to. And that's how I'm going to do it. And people are going to get used to that.
So what is Hot or Not? Hot or Not is going to be a show where we see things during the week and we just talk shit about them, pretty much.
Yeah. And Tommy's gay. I'm not gay. And you get both views of the street.
Yes.
And that's what we want. And sometimes maybe we'll cross over.
And I was straight at one point, so I at least have perspective on both sides.
And a lot of people think I suck dick. So there you go.
Everybody.
There you go.
We should drink against
that. It's a perfect match, dude. If we weren't just so opposite of each other, we could fuck.
If I was into white guys, I probably would.
Oh, dog. That's my kind of guy. If I were gonna fuck guys, that's the kind of guy I want to fuck.
But speaking of white guys that have gotten overly attractive recently, Mark Zuckerberg. He was on Rogan's podcast this past week. And honestly, if there's any case for testosterone enhancement therapy, it's this. I mean, this guy, it's Dustin Diamond's hot brother, pretty much.
Damn, I didn't think of it that way, but that's exactly what I was trying to think of because he nailed it. Thick neck Zuck. I just bit my tongue. Thick neck Zuck, because you know why? It's a tough thing to say because it's a tough guy. Thick neck Zuck, who is super into body weight and grappling.
He does jiu-jitsu.
I think not hot. I think it's kind of weird to kind of give up on.
Hotter. he eats clearly eating more meat or something because because he was a beta boy at one point. He was a beta boy.
Rogan said it on the thing in between Zuckerberg having the driest mouth in America on that episode. Rogan said there's like this thing called alpha neck or something that these rich people probably just scoop into their water bottles.
Yeah, that's where it's nice to have money. I mean, look what happened to Jeff Bezos.
What happened? What? I don't know.
You didn't see how his body like transformed over the past 6 years?
Really? I didn't know. No, I don't pay attention to Bezos. He bores me. Jeff Bezos, not hot. Like, way to have the most unfun $1 billion divorce. Like wasn't even like juicy.
And it wasn't even, the scandal wasn't even good. He was just sleeping with somebody else. Like it wasn't like,
yeah, it's just like, oh, he's in love already.
Hey, I didn't love my wife anymore, so I started sleeping.
Not having a slut phase after you divorce your also trillionaire wife. Come on. Come on, dude.
There's probably a little bit of a slut phase in there. Probably during. Well, you have enough money to probably pay people off. So.
All rich people are sluts, I have a theory.
Yes. And just
and horse.
And we're all horny though.
Yeah.
Everybody's
not horny. Not really. Some people aren't, but they're just tired, I think.
That's true too.
They're just tired. They would be done.
I think if the more you eat, the more you get horny. I think that food has a correlation.
Well, it's got to be about the sugar, Tommy. It's got to be about the sugar.
So Mark Zuckerberg, not hot?
Not hot. I don't think he's hot now. I thought he was hot in The Social Network when Jesse Eisenberg played him. That was a hot Zuckerberg.
No, I don't think Jesse Eisenberg's hot. I think he's just like this little.
I don't either. I just think him playing the cooler version of Mark Zuckerberg that Mark Zuckerberg himself, I think, wrote the lines for. Hot. That's called overconfidence.
Underrated movie, Social Network. We forget about The Social Network. I thought it was a great movie.
The same
I'm not a movie person, but I thought it was great.
The same person who made The West Wing made that movie. It's a piece of art.
Aaron Sorkin?
Aaron Sorkin made that movie, and
I didn't realize
100% positive of that because the music is beautiful. It dances you through a picture.
I don't know. I think Zuckerberg, his evolution's hot. I think you're wrong about it. I think you need to closely evaluate where he came from. What
about betraying your best friend to make Facebook? Hot or not?
Hot, because you still
so hot.
It's so hot. I have a better way to execute your plan than you do.
Yeah, I wish I had a friend good enough to be able to be like, I got to take that one on the chin.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I love it. Love it. Yeah. Love it. But it's mine now.
All right, hold on. Smile. We're gonna take our picture for the first episode.
Okay, I'm holding.
There goes my phone. Thank you.
Damn it.
All right. I think
good day for the network. It's gonna be a good show.
It's gonna be a good picture, Tom. It's gonna be a good one.
Blurry screen. So all right. So Zuckerberg not hot for you.
Not hot. What else do we have a rundown kind of?
We do have a rundown tonight. So we talk about transformations. Avril Lavigne, that's a crazy transformation.
Or conspiracy theory, depending on what state you're from and if they fought for slavery or not. I saw this picture.
That's incredible. That's not the same person. That's not the same person that's saying Skater Boy.
I don't know that, Tom. She's going on tour this year. She's out there flashing whale tail for the boys. I'm back in. She looks like Hillary Duff, and everyone these days knows if you look like Hillary Duff, you're on the rise.
She does look like Hillary Duff because if Hillary Duff didn't go through the pregnancies and all the divorces that ruined her, that's probably what Hillary Duff.
Oh my God! Did I just find a picture of Hillary Duff and they were joking saying it was Avril?
No, that doesn't look like her. Hillary Duff wouldn't do that. I mean, Disney ruins you if you work for Disney.
So Hillary Duff did what I respect in this world. Like the second her man got down on one knee and got engaged, she got down on both knees and sucked his dick for the paparazzi. That's so raw. That's so hot. That's so she's like, fuck yeah, I'm in. Like on a roller coaster of emotion.
Hillary Duff was one of the girls that it was like Topanga growing up. Like that was one of the girls you like.
Topanga was that. I threw a clip of Monday Night Raw on, I think, the other night, and they were going through the crowd, and they started off with Macaulay Culkin. Then they hit somebody else, And then they hit Topanga in the audience, and I was like, under my breath, I was like, is Rob back? Like, is Topanga there right now? Like, what?
The 90s all over again.
Yeah, what's happening? I missed this.
She had a big pop, bigger than Hulk Hogan.
Dude, the pop went crazy, and she like did the John Cena thing. So like, someone told her to do that, but Macaulay Culkin being there, they love that.
You know what's funny? So Topanga's there. Next to her, it was who's the guy that played Ron Stoppable in Kim Possible? The brother in Boy Meets World.
Kim Possible. I was a Nick kid, and I thought anyone who watched Disney were people like you.
Yes, I did. I grew up on Is there any?
I was a Nick guy, man. I try to take Nickelodeon and bring it into my everyday work life, and like try and get people to use like that type of art style and everything. And everyone is so against it. I'm like, fucking work with Nickelodeon, fucking losers.
It was Will Friedle. So Will Friedle sitting next to Topanga, which I forget Topanga's name, and nobody knew it was Will Friedle. Like he's just sitting there. Really? Everybody's going crazy for Topanga. Yeah. If you go back and watch the clip, Will Friedle's waving at the camera. There's just like suddenly
that's crazy. Like, is that her husband or because she is married to one of Roan's like best friend. Roan was in Topanga's wedding. Roan from Barstool. Yeah.
Roan from Barstool. No shit.
Yeah. His best friend married Topanga or like his age or something married. He was in her wedding. I know that.
Well, Will Friedle was sitting next to Topanga at Monday.
Is that your wife?
Nobody acknowledged him.
That's awesome. Dude, to get outshined by your girlfriend, your significant other in front of you like that and just having to take it. Kind of hot.
So Avril Lavigne, hot now. Even listen.
Wait, let's do this. Let's do this.
So that's Avril Lavigne now, hot, whale tail, having a little mimosa. Looks like having a Sunday fun day.
We have a problem here. Now, guys, listen, guys and girls, listen. Just because she's wearing the leg of a pair of skinny jeans on her wrist right now, that aside, is she hot there?
Did you? No, but you know what? Like,
no, she's not.
But here's the thing, though. We grew up in an age where that was like a style for girls, and like for some of them, it was hot. Like some of them could pull it off. Avril Lavigne was like too skinny, white, paley. Like it was just like it was disturbing.
Goth is a money industry right now. It's so easy to sell things to goth people. Their world, they love vampires, all that stuff, blood rape, blah blah blah. But back then, those two, it was oil and water. You didn't mix like the goth kids and all that. And I think Avril rode the downside of that. Like people were like, I'm not associated. Avril Lavigne's like one of the goth kids, and I'm a preppy kid. You know? Yes,
there was those two lanes that you picked. You were either the cool kid that went to house parties and you played sports, or you were the goth kid that was hanging out in bars, listening.
Which is funny stuff because Avril Lavigne would be the one at that house party. Avril Lavigne hot, even when she was ugly.
No, it was like it was just trashy. Like you're wearing the boys' boxers and you got the midriff with like no midsection. You're just bulimic. Right?
I bet Avril Lavigne has a stinky pussy. Like, yes. I guarantee that.
Hairy.
That's okay. That's fine, but it's like, yo, what's going on?
I do want to ask you later, shaved or unshaved, hot or not? We'll save that for later.
Okay. We'll save that because I have a lot of thoughts on that.
So
a whole lot. Girls
have
the
whole goth skater thing, like for example, Skater Boys.
Yeah.
Not hot. Like it was like her. It was these small little twinks that had eating disorders that their physical activity was
go out there and win X Games every goddamn year, Tom. They're winning $1 million contracts with companies like Red.
Yeah, but that's like a small percentage of them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like being a star.
Yeah, but then you go see the people out on the street and you're like, oh, you have home issues.
That's true. Then you realize, oh my God, this kid grew up in a crack house. Oh my God. And he could just shove it.
Like those kids started smoking weed at like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah. Yes. Which is a problem, but not a problem. It's just, I don't know. Skateboarders did take it too. Like they were always the kids who like were like a leg up.
They were the first ones, like before the jocks would start doing the drugs and the drinking.
Yeah,
like the skater kids, when we were growing up, I felt like was the ones that were ahead of the curve on like doing drugs and drinking and being a wild first.
I have that.
So yeah, so pause that. So thank you. As I said, they're twinks. I guess MTV thought the same thing.
Really? Yo, I guarantee MTV didn't realize like that's their audience at that time. So I can agree with you there. I can agree with you there.
So they make this commercial that kind of like justifies what everybody subtly thought about, you know, skateboarders anyways, and like these type of kids.
Yeah. Let's hit it. Is this a dumpster? No, it's a toolbox.
So it's just like, oh, we're gonna make a skateboard park, bro. Yeah, drill that in there.
You hear it? So you never know. There you go.
They're making a skateboard park. Hey, bro, great job. And then just at the end,
here, buddy, give me a little smooch.
Give me that tongue.
Oh my god, so much beard fur on beard fur crime there, just like rubbing fucking cheek fur against each other. That kind of commercial I felt like existed back in the day because they would make anti-gay commercials. Because
I don't remember seeing those. That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Oh, like they used to shame you about being gay, just like they did about weed in the early 2000s. It's like, yeah, well, it's gonna make you melt. So, fucking Wiccan. Like, all right, dude, I don't think so. I think it's just like to fucking touch guys' dicks. Like, what do you want me to say? You know. Sorry.
Speaking of those commercials, you got that. Remember that making you feel bad for smoking weed? Remember the one with the kid with the playing basketball? I'll smoke you on the court.
Oh yeah, well that was I had a ANNNNuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuu
Yes.
And my
And
mom
one used
bought it
to,
for me because she was like, I don't think they'll ever make a shirt that says cigarettes anymore. So I was like,
and
okay.
one used to have the best gear, period.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
before Nike actually just took over everybody, like and one was
And one
you
mixtape
played
was
basketball, you had and one gear.
and one mixtape was like the original viral.
Skip to my Lou.
Oh my God, all of them. What's wrong? Oh, your watch died? Carm got a new watch and phone today. Shout out, Carm.
Hot.
Hot. They're very hot.
What type of watch?
Apple Watch and the new iPhone.
Are you a watch guy?
I will wear a watch if it makes me look
Good, but you don't wear one religiously.
I really learned how to shoot left-handed layups before my family taught me how to tell time. And then I lost my alligator clock at the Glider Diner in Scranton, and I never got it back. And I really haven't been able to tell time since. So I'm not good at manual clocks. I'm good at, like, I could tell time on a manual clock. I can't look at it and be like, it's 3:15 right now. I have to be there like 5:10.
You have to make hands like 1, 2.
Even not even that. It's like, why did they put the 1 in between the 2 if it's not 1 or 2?
And there's a bunch of little lines in between.
But those help you once you know what they are. But like I'm telling you, from a core root didn't know how to tell time very well. But watches can make you look awesome. And caller daddy fact is chicks love button-down shirt with a watch on.
And speaking of time, yes, we did say we would start at 7:30, but if we say 7:30, really it means 8 o'clock. So
I didn't know we said
minutes.
That. We said 7:30.
We did.
Darn. I told Benner's 8, so maybe you guys are fucking not hot. What else do we have on hot or not?
Whitney's dictator outfit.
Wait, hold on. Skater Boy's hot.
Oh, Skater Boys, yeah. Skater Boys not
Skater
hot.
Boys are not hot. They're
I can't do
possibly
twinks. But eat a little meat, please.
unless they high five make out like that. Whitney / dictator outfits. Oh, I need this picture. Hold on. You could talk about it, but
yeah. So Whitney wore a Soviet hat the other day. I thought it was a Nazi.
it was a
hat.
very communist hat.
It was a very communist hat. And to be honest, he looked like a leather daddy that you would see inside of like a gay nightclub.
Wow, that's a great call. It looks like in dodgeball when they get the wrong jerseys and like daddy shows up with,
Yes. Yeah. It's all. So that's exactly what it looks like inside of the. So there's probably some people that know what I'm talking about. There's this place called Eagle. It's like super gay, but it's like where like leather daddies go, right? So that's why, and that's like those clubs where you walk into. It's like in those movies that you see, and it's like they're wearing harnesses and stuff, and it's like they're pretty much 90%.
I basically work for one of those.
Oh, okay. So then you know what I'm talking about. Whitney looked like one of those leather daddies that you would see inside one of those clubs.
There you go. Like he's
hot, but I'm not into it, but kind of hot.
He was I don't know if he was dipping into the bars or the Zans or what he was doing, but he just seemed like perfectly off. Like he was comfortable wearing a Soviet hat. He's not going to feel a little guilty this week. He's not going to feel he's like, I'm going to rock this Soviet hat and I'm not going to get canceled like they did when they wore Indian headdresses back in 2020.
That's true because he's also a white guy.
What represents every race that like the white race. You know, that's what I say. That's what I say.
So I think
Soviet
wear more. I think Whitney going forward should, invest in more leather daddy hats.
Okay. Would you think? I don't think Whitney's a leather daddy kind of a guy in his private time.
Kind of looks like one. Like you said, he looked really comfortable in that.
Okay. Yeah. To the point where he may have just forgot to take it off before the show. He's like, "Oh, dude, I have
beforehand,
Yeah, I have my commie leather daddy hat on. Shoot,
bondage, hot or not?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely hot.
I mean, as like medieval humans, we were like, we have to try this for the next 300 years just to see if it's bad.
Some people don't like it though because it's like some people just like having too much control.
Guy in Mindhunters explains it the best. He's like, all you're doing is trying to get today to death. I'm like, whoa, dude. Yeah, that's cool, I guess. I mean, what the fuck? But yeah, that's what those people are. Like the real hardcore ones and that stuff. Like they're like, we don't feel anything about anything anymore. It's like flying into a building on 9/11. I bet you'd feel that. But yeah.
Fly into a building on
9/11. People who feel like they have no feelings fly in on 9/11. Jerks. Done. Got him. Got him.
Kim Jong-un. Hot outfit.
Wait.
Where's
Kim Jong-un? Tom or the Whitney outfit? I got it.
Yeah. I'm just going with
I went to his did you send it to me?
I didn't send that one to you.
No, I have it on my phone, but they only have a clip on his. I don't know who would have posted it. Maybe
on the Unnamed show. I think they all get the picture. So if you watch the show this week, you got the mental image. It was hysterical. I'm telling you, he looked like he would walk right into a gay nightclub and just be perfectly.
It was shockingly big on his head, but it looked like it was made shockingly big for his head. Like it fit him perfectly.
Yeah, it was an oversized hat that like sat perfectly on top.
Yeah. Hot or not, KMS right now.
Hot.
Okay, let's go one by one. Kirk, hot or not?
Crazy. You gotta love that.
Yeah, it's a heavy cloud time. Heavy cloud time. You want to go get some cloud? Just walk out your door, dude. It's growing on the streets.
Think about it like this. We have a guy in Georgia that has a family that came up to Watertown, Massachusetts this week to intern for the show.
And I'd like to also mention he volunteers his time for me too, but he did go volunteer his time for someone else in the middle of that. But that's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. Andy didn't come on my show, and it's whatever.
Andy Mayo, hot or not?
Do you think cuddling's hot? Because I think Andy Mayo could be a good cuddler.
I think Andy Mayo could be a good cuddler too.
But I don't want to see Andy Mayo.
Guys that big, I don't know if you do. Like, I don't know if you're anemic, but like guys that big usually are very good at giving off body heat when you cuddle.
I bet. Nothing. Yeah, I can't imagine that.
Do you give off body heat at night?
No, dude. Look at me. I'm naturally cold, and I'm Sicilian too. I have literal like magma running through my blood. Nope. I just smoke cigarettes, and I'm too skinny.
So during the winter, it's nice because I guess Cuddle Mayo could be hot.
Okay.
What's not hot is that he's anti-sax. Saxophones are hot, and he didn't like
saxophones.
Saxophones can't play during sex, but saxophones are hot if you're trying to.
But what we're trying to figure out here is the man playing that saxophone. Is he hot because he plays the saxophone, or is he not because people who usually play the saxophone are losers? But they're also sometimes really cool. Like
you don't find. I guess the closest thing to a sex icon for sax players would be Kenny G.
But that is a sex icon. So it's like
that's true too. It is true too.
Perfect. All right. So saxophone and Kenny G hot.
Saxophone and Kenny G are both hot.
Now I would argue chaps who would play saxophone every time he would come on Barstool Live, it would be the ruined it. So saxophone might
Careless Whisper
out. Yeah, Careless Whisper, because of Chaps, who is a piece of shit, and I believe fought for the terrorists in 9/11.
That's what they say.
They say he's the only survivor.
I haven't
Not
read
hot.
those things, but that's what people say. And that's
not hot there, but I heard it was hot on a couple other missions that day.
Not hot. Also, another hot sax solo. Clarence, I think the best sax solo I've ever heard. Clarence Clemens' Jungle Land.
Don't even know what you're talking about, but I bet it is.
Dude, please go listen to Jungle
I'm
Land.
in a bottle and Clarence Thomas and Midlands.
Go listen to Jungle Land. Clarence Clemens.
Jungle Land is called?
Sax solo.
That's a dicey name.
Clarence Clemens.
Right on the cusp. Right on the cusp of being bad. That one is.
We can't buy this, right?
Oh, it's perfect, Tom. It's so blurry.
Let me see. Oh, that does look good.
Yeah. I like the blurry aesthetic of a Polaroid. Like I want it to look like you're in the 90s.
So are you gonna post that on your Instagram? Because you post those you post those Polaroids all the time. I like that.
You a fan? You're a big fan?
I'm a fan of the John from Sarandon.
I have the best.
It's organized chaos.
It is. It really is. And I would say people just say the organized part to be nice. I wouldn't say they could find any fucking trace of organization in any of
there's consistency on there. There's half naked girls all the time.
Listen, tits get clicks. You know?
Tits get clicks.
Hot.
Hashtag. Hot.
Hashtag. Look at my blurry tree. It's sick. It looks awesome. Like it looks like I might catch Santa Claus there. Like, you know,
I'm gonna catch Santa Claus in the 90s. 90s Christmases were great. If you grew up in the 90s as a kid and had Christmas in the 90s, that was great.
I want to show at least Polaroid a show too. Polaroids are coming back in very hot. Very hot.
They've been back for a while. They're very hot. Polaroids are hot.
Shaving. Oh, yeah, okay.
Let's jump down. Because enough wardrobe talk for a day.
90s wardrobe fashion. Let's actually stay right there because I have an example. Because I think this is about my mom's guest jacket in that fucking picture. I found
the one you posted today in front of Penn State.
I found a picture of my mom and my dad hanging with the crew in 1990 in front of Beaver Stadium, and they look so fun. Like they look like they're having a blast for white people. Like. Yeah. Oh, that's true. My dad did once tell us they were just all taking like black beauties. I don't even know what that is. Yeah.
Was it alcohol?
Yeah, hit the Google with that one. I bet it doesn't even remember black beauties. Google's like, I was made from black beauties.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they're just Adderall. I think that's where I came from.
It's bourbon and cranberry. Ooh.
Oh, he's saying it's a drink. This is a pill.
Oh, it's a pill. Even better.
I'm getting very chestnutty tones out of this, and
I know I'm looking forward to drinking this next week.
Ball sack because this cup wasn't probably washed before. So gross.
Shout out to Dave and Rumford for sending the wine.
There you go. I probably could have sent you a fucking bottle opener, that asshole. Shaving / trimming your pubic region.
Yeah. So Sean Eskin, who is a radio host down in Philadelphia, asked Freddie Mitchell on the morning show down there. Let me get the exact quote. Pull it up.
You have to
pretty much if he shaved his balls in front of his teammates.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Oh, I gotta pull up the story here. It's a Daily
just
Mail
asking that question, kind of.
Just asking that question's wild. First off, why would you want to know if another, even if another man, because you talk about the 90s.
Dude, that question stands up for free speech, like just in its origin, like its root cause.
Former New York Giants and Philadelphia Eagles punter Sean Landetta called radio host Spike Eskin out on air after asking him a private question about his playing days. Ahead of the NFL playoffs, Eskin called Landetta, whatever his name is, on air at WIP. The locker room tale was previously revealed, blah, blah, blah. Freddie Mitchell was on the morning show today, and he mentioned that you and John Ritchie were often in the sauna together, but Mitchell mentioned how, do I put this, that you would groom your under regions in the sauna.
That's crazy. In a sauna, the stickiest place for pubic hair. Think about that. That's
is it a sauna or is it a because if it's a sauna, is it sticky? It's not really sticky.
It's a heat shower. It's like a steam shower. Sauna.
Well, I'm thinking a sauna. I'm thinking like one of those like hot saunas. Like
like a wood hot, like with a fire or the coals, and you pour the water.
Steam room would be something different. A steam room would pretty much be like a hot shower, really hot shower.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So in like the sauna, you're just like sweating your balls off.
Okay, so it's mildly slimy in there. You're gonna throw a bunch of pubic hair in the middle of that.
There's a lot of sweat.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think you should shave your pubes in front of anybody
No,
that you
not
play
hot.
sports with because I don't know. We all have to have a little bit of privacy in our lives.
But why would people were so comfortable showering in front of other people back in the day that people just thought even if you did it, like it wasn't anything wrong.
Also,
like
it's 2025, and if you're not dealing with your pubic region with not using laser beams, then you're way behind.
All right, guys, great show. You know,
get
Matt,
the fuck out of here.
Great.
He was dying probably all day to do that. He probably told us we could do the show just so he could cut in. Freddie Lynn told me that Menners popped in the end of their show, and he's like, "Thank you for never doing that." I can't tell you how many times this little rascal has held that against me. Like, don't pop in people's shows. Don't. Now I have Cinema asking me to produce just to pop in and out and stuff, and there's Menners just popping in Freddie's show, ruining it.
And ruin this show. I thought this show's
ruin it. He's our friend. We're friends now.
We're friends. That's true.
Menners hot.
Menners hot, which is why we got nipple ring. He has a nipple ring too. So that
he has one nipple ring, which I say is actually better for men because you should be doing it yourself. I think if you have a nipple ring as a man, you should do it yourself with a sword. Ole.
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 Then you want to just wrap this up for him, and then
yeah, we have one more though. Emotional support robots, because we are coming into 2025, so that's literally, I don't know, Simpsons probably have this one coming out. I think this year. All those memes say that women will be having more sex with robots by 2025. It is now 2025.
Which now people are starting to have available emotional support robots. That's the new technology that's out there.
That's crazy. And we've seen it take over. You have to work with the machine. That's all I'll say.
I think it's easier to work with a machine than a human, because a human will just lecture you. A machine will just give you affirmation. You are enough. I need to hear that. And it's like, okay,
dude, hearing you are enough, hot.
That's the motto of this show. You are enough.
You are enough.
So I think I might get an emotional support robot. Now, when you were a kid, did you have those like little? Remember like those, like it was like a Pokemon game, and like you had like your little Pokemon on the side of you, and it would like read emotion. Like if you like
a Tamagotchi.
I forget what it was called.
A Tamagotchi was like the
kind of like what that is now.
Yeah. I didn't have anything like that. I am a very carefree person, and I think I lived that in childhood too. I'm just really realizing it as other people tell me as going through life that I don't care about anything too much. So I don't think I needed the emotional support thing, but I think video games was that. I could just melt away in video games. Like, I love video games. I think it's like humans escape. Like from world.
Escape.
Yeah.
It was our escape as kids for sure. It's shit show too.
Oh yeah. And they're getting better and better. Millennials, dude. Millennials don't get enough credit.
We really don't. We've lived through 9/11, Columbine.
It's not even what we lived through. It's like, okay.
Waco.
Our parents invented the internet. Why were we the ones that are still teaching them how to use it? Not hot. Boomers are not hot, dude. Boomers actually ruined America. Not hot.
What about what about Gen Xers? Because I think Gen Xers are not hot. Boomers are hot. I think boomers.
What's Gen X? Is that like you're in your 40s and 50s right now?
Yeah. So like Kirk's age, like down to like 43, 40, like right before millennials.
So Karn was saying it's like when we were kids, we didn't even look at them like a generation. We were just like, they were just like what, the older kids, and then it came to us.
The product
were like, we didn't have the internet when we went to school. Like, sorry, dude, it's not my fault you didn't have the fucking internet. It's great. Like,
not my problem. You had to look
at sorry,
your research. Like,
why don't you go use a fucking encyclopedia like a man? It's like, no, I have a fucking iPhone, loser. Not hot to be a boomer.
Not hot. Not hot growing up in the 70s. I think everybody overrates the 70s.
Being a boomer, signing on Facebook and throwing all of your political takes into one post that all people will ever see is the see more button of this post. Hot. I love that. I fucking love that so much.
You strap in for some psychosis there. You strap in for somebody that is mentally broken, I think. When you have to click see more on somebody's post, they're mentally broken for the most part.
We call it GV. You see? We are. So that's what we're going to do for Hot or Not. We're going to talk about boys' nipples and maybe girls' nipples for all you straight men out there.
We did talk about whale tail.
And whale tail. That's vagina. And we talked about pussy hair. So you're welcome. We have one more thing.
So we will finish off the show every week with something we call must Must.
Oh my
That's
God,
a
you
must,
nailed it.
must. Okay.
That's a must.
That's a great must.
No, she goes like this. Oh my God, April, you have to do it. It's a must. Like she nails it.
Over exaggerated New York accents, hot.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, the must is pretty much what we think you must be watching.
You must be watching it. You must watch it right now. And if you're not watching it, you must start it tonight.
Yes. So what's yours?
My must is, and it's been for a while, is Silo. Silo on Apple TV. Go watch it. There's one season fully out, and we're in season 2. You can, in the middle of Silo, dice in White Lotus. That's the meta mix right now. It's a good loadout. It's a good loadout. White Lotus is on Max.
Okay. So I got to watch that. So
yeah. Oh, you haven't seen White Lotus? Best writing on TV.
Lotus, so.
Tom, great time to pick it up because guess what? New season in February. Great time to pick it up. I would actually start White Lotus first, then dive in at Silo.
Must.
Tell me.
Must.
Tell me.
My must for the week is go see the movie Mother's Intuition. I just saw it this week with Anne Hathaway. It came out probably back in 2019, but I don't care. It's on Disney Plus, and I just saw it this week, and it was really disturbing, pretty much, to watch Anne Hathaway just psychotically kill off 2 families.
That's awesome.
Just because she lost her own kid. It's nuts. And it's on Disney.
Yeah, that Disney loves that shit. They're like, you kill one.
That's exactly what I think when I think Disney. It's a good movie, so I would say go see it. So
a lot of Disney movies start off with murder. So
yeah. Especially with child murder.
And think of the ones that didn't. Pocahontas, the one where we were using our white vindictive powers over
white privilege.
Native Americans. What else? Hercules, which is just a lie, which is just a fucking lie. Bambi, murder. Lion King, murder. Aladdin, thievery, and maybe terrorism.
Possible terrorism.
And you ever see Chimp Mama or whatever that show was on HBO? Because that's your last must of the day. Chimp Empire, Netflix.
Chimp Empire. Oh, Chimp Empire, the one with the guys that made the Tiger King movie.
No, that's the one about the lady who keeps these chimps. Chimp Empire is about 2 chimp families in the middle of this place where we've been watching chimpanzee families for like 100 years, and it's like they all have a fucking lore, but it's like watching Game of Thrones but with real monkeys. Like, it's awesome. It's so cool.
All right,
very cool. That's a must.
Before we go.
Yeah, this was a good one, and Enders didn't ruin it, so you're doing good.
Yeah, good 1 for 1.
Cheers.
Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, boys.
To all our viewers out there, like and subscribe. Our OnlyFans.
Yes, subscribe to the Manhattan Network. Menders Live is up next. Enjoy the show. Call the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the 30-second countdown. That's gonna be our outro. I'm just kidding. Bye.
I just thought you just hung up the show. So.
See ya. Bye, folks.